Imagine facing an army of nearly 100,000 highly trained soldiers, a force so overwhelming it feels impossible to resist. That's what the Roman Republic could muster in its darkest hours during the Second Punic War. But fast forward 1,000 years to medieval Europe, and you'll find that even the most powerful kingdoms struggled to field more than 10,000 men. So, what changed? Why did the scale of warfare shrink so dramatically from ancient times to the Middle Ages? Welcome to Raw History. At the height of its power, the Roman Republic and later the Empire could call upon vast resources, allowing them to deploy massive armies like the 40,000 men at the Battle of Trebia, 50,000 at Lake Trasimene, and even close to 90,000 at Cannae, all within just 2 years. Similarly, Alexander the Great faced Persian forces numbering over 100,000 with his own army of 50,000. And these were not isolated cases. Ancient warfare often saw colossal numbers on the battlefield. But in medieval times, things were different. Even in large, significant battles like Agincourt in 1415, the total number of combatants barely reached 20,000. This stark contrast raises a critical question. Why were medieval battles so small in comparison? Therefore, to understand this, we need to consider the world these medieval armies came from. Medieval kingdoms and chiefdoms were much smaller in size and had far fewer people than the ancient empires. Take medieval England, for instance. It had a population of around 5 million at its peak, while the Roman Empire at its zenith housed around 90 million. And that's not all. The administrative systems in place during the Middle Ages were far less sophisticated, especially when it came to taxation and resource collection. But here's the thing, organizing a large army isn't just about having a big population. You also need to pay, equip, and sustain those troops. Rome, with its advanced bureaucracy, could efficiently collect taxes and maintain a standing army across vast territories. But medieval European realms, fragmented and decentralized, simply didn't have the same capacity. Feudal lords could muster men, yes, but only in limited numbers, and often only for short campaigns. Therefore, the smaller scale of medieval battles wasn't just about fewer people or smaller kingdoms. It was a direct result of the Middle Ages' decentralized political structures, limited resources, and less advanced administrative systems. This combination meant that medieval warfare, while still brutal and decisive, operated on a much smaller scale. So, the next time you think about medieval battles, remember, they may have been smaller in scale, but they were no less significant or intense for those who fought in them. Understanding the context of these battles gives us deeper insight into the evolution of warfare and the societies that waged it. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. And if you're interested in how the Roman armies managed to maintain their massive forces and even dealt with mutinies, check out my video on that topic next.